results will now be recorded.
Good evening to everyone present for today's session. I hope all of you have joined the session. If you aren't, please join as soon as possible. Don't be late for the session. So, in yesterday's class, we had discussed about the financial modeling concept, about the Excel concept, what role does it play in the current scenario. So if you have to be if you're out to be an entrepreneur, so what all homework has to be done, so what plans have to be fixed on that. So now after having a discussion about financial modeling, now we are going to step up on the basic Excel functions today. Okay, so I'm going to share an Excel file with you all, with which you can start your practical learning. So I've sent the file in the WhatsApp. You can just download that file. Please open that file which I've sent you. Have you received the file?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please open that Excel file. Yes, this is the Excel file. Yes. So all of you are ready? Shall we
Yes,
begin?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
here, yeah, thank you. So here I've given you a couple of basic Excel functions to be worked out. Okay. So here, to start with, we are going to discuss with the first function, which is the sum function in Excel. Okay, so here you can see a small exercise which I have given you, where we have the name of the students and the marks which have been secured in every subject. that is English, Math, Spanish. So here you are going to uh, calculate the total marks achieved by every student. Okay, so subject wise as well as student wise. Okay, so usually how would you take up the sum function if you have to do it? So what you're going to do is, in the normal case, you're going to start with equals to sign, equals to sum, double click on sum, and you have open brackets, and then you're going to select all the marks from English to Spanish. Say of John, we are calculating the total marks, so we are going to select the marks from English to Spanish. So the C4 is to E4. Here is what we define as the range. Okay. So again, using the shift key, we're going to close the brackets and press enter. So this is how we are going to get the total marks taken by John. I'll repeat again. So we have to compute the total marks which is achieved by John. Okay, so how we are going to compute it? We start with equals to and then followed by sum. Double click on the sum function and you have the uh, function activated, and here you're going to select from English to Spanish, then shift key, close the brackets, and then press enter. Okay, like this. So like this, you're going to compute the marks of every student. Okay, this is the usual way or the general way of calculating the sum total. Okay, also you can do it subject wise as well here. Okay, using the same sum function. Which is the other way of calculating the sum total? Okay, is what we are going to learn today. Okay, so usually I've taught you one equals to sum. One more thing, if you use your alt equal to sign, also you can calculate the sum total. I'll repeat again. See, again I've taken John total marks. So I'll just use the alt and equal to sign together. So I get the sum function activated. And if I just press enter, I get the total marks. So you can use alt and equal to sign together. Okay, I'll just put up here in the Excel sheet itself. So please complete the table, compute the total marks of John, from John till the last one. Yes. Okay. So what you're going to do is alt, yes, alt and your equal to sign. So this one you're going to use if you have to calculate the sum function. Okay, so just elaborated it. Alt and equal to sign, both together. If you use this, you're going to get the answer. So for one student, you're going to compute the marks. So for the rest, you can just drag it. We're going to get the sum total of marks of all the students. And same way, you're going to calculate subject wise as well. Same methodology. Alt and equal to sign, like this. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to drag it. So hardly in a couple of seconds, I'm going to get the answer. So please complete this exercise using this alt and equal to sign. Yes. Are all of you done with the calculation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So able to get the answers. In case if you're having any
Yes, ma'am.
issue, you can put up in the chat box. Okay. You're getting it's fine. If you're in getting, you can put up your doubts in the chat box or unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. So after the
Ma'am,
sum, yes, ma, tell me, ma.
how do the alt and is equals to functions function in the Excel, ma'am? Can you just repeat it again, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm going to repeat it again. See, yeah, let me again clear the contents here. See here, now usually we adopt the sum function to calculate the total marks. So in addition to that, we can also use the alt and equal to sign. Now in your keyboard, you have the alt key. So you're going to use both together. Okay, use the alt key and the equal to sign. You have that plus and equal button, right? The equal to sign. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so alt and equal to sign both together you're going to use, and then automatically it will go to the sum function and immediately you press enter, it will give you the result.
Okay, ma'am. I got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so if you're done with the sum function, we'll go for the next one, which is the subtraction. So second file sub is what I've put there, so you can just click on the next sheet. Okay, so let's start with this. So here, yeah. Now we have a list of products here. We have TV, CD players, iPod, iPads, BlackBerry, LCD, and the PlayStation. And the cost of every product is being put up here. Okay. So the cost of TV is 42, CD player is 4, okay, iPod is 5,600, iPad 31,000, BlackBerry 26, LCD 30,000, PlayStation 9,000. And at what price these products are being sold is also being put up here. So TV is being sold for 40, CD players have been sold at 5,000, iPod at 6, iPad at 33, BlackBerry 27, LCDs at 45, and PlayStation at 10,000. So we've got both the cost as well as the sale price of every product. And here you are going to determine what is the profit earned or loss incurred on sale of these products. Okay. So this is done by using the subtraction function. So it's very easy actually. So here there is no like defined formula for the same. It is direct. So how we are going to do it? So I'll show for TV. So one if you do, you can drag it for the rest. So the dragging function, moment we drag in Excel. So what is that actually? That concept is defined as what? Anyone knows? So you see, moment we get an answer for one cell, we're going to drag it to get the answers for the rest of the cells or for the rest of the data. So what is that concept usually called in Excel? Any answers from your side?
Ma'am, is it autofill?
Yes, very good. It is autofill, also called as fill handle series, also called as the auto completion series. So no, in all these ways it is defined. Very good. So that's how we define that concept. So here for profit and loss equals to sales price. So how do we determine the profit? Selling price minus the cost price. So equals to sale price minus your cost price and press enter. So which means a loss of 2000 has been incurred on the sale of TV. So for one you compute and for the rest you're going to fill it up. Yes. So we've got the entire data, with completed. So we've got the result for every product here. So quickly you can finish off this table. I hope it's clear. So you can finish working on this.
Excuse me, mom.
Yes, pa.
Could you repeat how did you get the profit and loss again? The shortcut for it.
Okay, okay. I'll just repeat it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we have to compute the profit or loss in each case. So what is the profit earned or loss incurred on the sale of every product? So here there is no like any function for this to exhibit. Subtraction is directly we are going to refer the cell and get the answers. Fine. So here to compute the profit earned or the loss incurred for the TV sold, how we are going to do it is first equals to sign. As I've been telling from the last class, always we start up with equals to sign. Equals to selling price. Take the reference of your cell, selling price C5 minus. Okay, you then the cost price, which is D5, and immediately you're going to press enter, and you get the result as minus 2000, which means a loss has been incurred of around 2000 rupees. And for one, if you compute, for the rest you can just drag it by using the fill handle series or the autofill function. So
Thank,
like this you're going to
thank
get
you,
the
ma'am.
answer list. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here we are done with the subtraction. So sum is over, subtraction is over. Next we step on to the average. The third sheet. Yes. Okay. So here, now here, we have a table here where we have the zones, total number of units sold, and what is the total sales amount. Okay. So we have zones covering Delhi, Indore, Bangalore, Madras, Patna, Bhopal, Mathura, Kanpur, and Noida. And in each zone, what is the total number of units sold? So in Delhi, 123 units, Indore, 87 units, Bangalore, 125, Madras or Chennai, 134, Patna, 56, Bhopal, 45, Mathura, 34, Kanpur, 46, and Noida, 345 units have been sold. And so, what is this total sales revenue generated in respect of these units sold is also been given. Okay, so here we are going to compute the average units sold, okay, and the average revenue earned. So for this we are going to apply the average function. Okay, so what is the average number of units sold. How we are going to compute is what we are going to see here. So equals to AV. So you can see average here, the second function average. Just double click on that average. Okay. And you're going to select the number of units, total number of units sold from Delhi to Noida. And you're going to close the brackets. Press enter. Okay. So you're going to get the average number of units sold. I'll repeat again. I'm repeating it again. Equals to average. Okay. So from Delhi to Noida, the total number of units sold, and then shift key, close the brackets and press enter. This is how you're going to get the average units sold, number of units sold, and same way you're going to compute for the sales amount as well. Same procedure, equals to average. Yes. So you get you have to get an answer. 111 units sold on an average revenue of on the revenue generated is 2,764. Okay, so this is how you're going to compute both average number of units sold and the average revenue generated. Suppose if you're not getting as 111, you're getting in decimals. Okay, then what you're supposed to do? Suppose, let's say you're getting somewhat like this. Some of you would be getting in this way, both actually. Okay, so how do I round off this? Okay, I'll just select this cell. I just select my result. So this is called as number formatting in your Excel. Okay, so in this number formatting, so if you come here at the bottom below number formatting, we have increased decimal and we have this decreased decimal. So just go to decreased decimal. So just keep on clicking that decreased decimal. It will round off. Again, the same thing for this. So if you just keep on clicking decreased decimal, you're going to get the final amount or the final figure.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
can you come again with that decimal one?
Sure, sure. So suppose, let's say you've got answer showing your decimals like this. Okay, so you have to round off to the uh, final value. So what you're going to do is you're going to select that cell. Okay, and uh, in your home tab, you have number formatting. I'm just showing you here. So in your number formatting, okay, now you have dollars and you have percentage and all these way of measuring, right? Your values. So besides that, okay, you have increased decimal and you have this decreased decimal. So you're going to take decreased decimal because increase what happens, it'll keep on increasing. Decreased decimal is what you're going to use. So you're going to keep on clicking this decreased decimal until you arrive at the final value to round off to the nearest value. So here again the same thing applies for the same. So suppose if it is like this, you're going to click on decreased decimal and come to the final amount. Hope it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's been done.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So we go on for the next one. After average, a very important one, which is sum product. Okay. So here, in a different way, we are going to calculate the sum total. Okay. So already I've taught you how do you go for it in the first function, which is sum. This is a sum total. Okay, so we have two cases here. I will show you how to go and how to solve your case one. Case two, you can do it by yourself, and you can give me the correct result. Okay, or if you want, I'll solve both so that you can just you can also work out both the cases. That will be a better thing, right? Now here we have got a list of products and the cost of every product and how many units have been sold. So we have to calculate the revenue, total revenue generated from the sale of each and every product. Okay. So here from soap, baskets, glass, shampoo, toothpaste, shoes, shirts, t-shirts, jeans, toys, notebooks, apple, grapes, TV, fridge. It's a mix of all PlayStations. Okay, so we've got the cost of the products and the units sold. So how do we compute this revenue? Is what we are going to see here. Now, in the usual case, how do you compute the revenue here? So it'll be equals to cost of the product. I'll give the exact way, equals to number of units sold into cost of your product. Yes. So this is how you're going to generate the revenue. I'll repeat again. Equals to how many units sold into cost of every unit. Press enter. So you get the total revenue generated from the sale of soap. So for 30 units sold at rupees 20, the total revenue generated is 600. Okay. And for the rest, what you're going to do, you're going to use your fill handle series to get the answers for the rest. So you've got the revenue generated. Now you have to calculate the total revenue generated from the sale of all these products. Now this is actually revenue generated with respect to the sale of every product. What you're seeing here from 600 to 6000, it is the revenue generated from the sale of each and every product. Here total what you're seeing, okay, here you have to calculate the total revenue generated from the sale of all these products. So which function you're going to apply here?
Sum function.
Correct. So equals to sum function. So I'm going to use a sum function. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the sum total from 600 to 6000. That's from the sale of soap till the sale of the PlayStation. Shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So I get the result as 6,19,244. Okay. So this is the usual way. Now here, how do we apply this sum product in this case? That is this. Okay. So please observe. This is by using the sum function, I've got the answer. Let it remain. Now I'll go to the next cell. Here, equals to sum product. Can you see here we have sum product here? Okay. And here we are going to count on the basis of arrays. So these columns are defined as arrays in Excel. So cost of the product is your array 1 and units sold is array 2. So considering the columns, we are going to compute the total by using the sum product function. So what I'm going to do is equals to sum product. This is the array 1 cost of the product. Okay. So I just put a comma there and this is your array 2. and then shift key, close the brackets and press enter. You're going to get the same value. I'll repeat again. Yes. See here, this is the usual sum function which you're going to apply to get the total revenue generated from the sale of all these products. Now using the sum product function, how do you get the total? So equals to sum product. Okay, and this will be the array 1 and this will be array 2. So you're going to select from the cost of soap till the cost of the PlayStation. That will be your array 1. Put a comma, and then your array 2 will be the units sold. So from the sale, say how many units of soap has been sold till the PlayStation, and then shift key, close the brackets and press enter. This is how you're going to use the sum product function to get the value. So I hope it's clear. So you can just complete this table. In case if you're unable to understand, have any doubt, if you want, I'll repeat it again. So the values have been put up for you. You can just cross check. You can work out. Okay. So are you able to get the value for the first case?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, very good. So now you can try out the case 2 now. It's almost the same way. Here you have to find the weighted average consumption. Okay, so here we have the load purchase and the price paid per load or price paid per lot. Okay, so how many loads have been purchased? For 100 loads, for one load we have paid 1200. For 500 loads, per load 1000. For 250 loads, again 1400. For 120, again 1500 per load. Okay, so total price paid equals to number of loads into your price paid per load. So this is how you're going to get and calculate for the rest. And using once the sum function, using once the sum product, in both the ways you can get the result. So here equals to sum and sum product. This will be your array 1, comma, this will be your array 2, and close the brackets. So this is how you're going to get the answer. So I'll just leave it as it is for your reference. So kindly finish case 2. Yes, I hope you have completed the second case.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So I hope till here it is clear for all of you. Sum, average, subtraction, and the sum product. So till now you have completed 4 functions. In case if you have any doubt, you can raise your doubts or we'll proceed to the next one. Okay. So I hope it's clear for all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yes,
So we'll
ma'am.
go for the next one. Fine, done. So we'll go for the next one quickly. Your text functions, which is upper, proper, and lower. Okay. So here, now usually whenever we are operating in Word, we have the sentence case, proper case, yes or no. So if you look at your words, you have the sentence case, proper case, and we have 4 types of cases, right? So now in Excel, okay, we have upper, proper, and we have is low. We don't have any sentence case, proper case, and all that. How we have in your Word, okay. So in this way, so here, one second. See here, if I move. Yes, so here's what we have. See, sentence case, proper case, nothing but your sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, and toggle case we have, correct. The sentence case is the usual way. Lower cases, considering like even the first alphabet, everything will go into small. Uppercase, every alphabet becomes a capital letter, and capitalize each word. In every word, the first letter becomes a capital letter, and toggle is the reverse. The small becomes a big letter, the big becomes a small letter, right? So totally we are having how many cases here? Five. Sentence case, lower case, uppercase, capitalize each word, and the toggle case. In Excel, we don't have that if you observe in your home tab. We have upper, proper, and a lower. Okay, so here now see, we have given you entity names here. Okay, so next sheet is upper lower. Okay, so you have given the list of entity names: Divani Fashionscape, Jain Financial Services, Central Coalfields Limited, Thompson and Company, Hooghly Spat, Kali Krishna Investment Private Limited. Okay, so here these you're going to put up under proper, upper, and the lower cases. Okay, so I will teach you the first case equals to proper. So what your proper is nothing but your sentence case. Okay, and you're going to select this text, shift key, close the brackets. You can just double click on your column so you get a proper fitting in your cell, auto fit. So yes, so this is how you're going to see in your proper case. In your uppercase equals to upper, like this. It's already in the uppercase, just to show you. And next is your lowercase equals to lower. So what happens in the lowercase, including your first alphabet, everything will appear in small letters. Yes, this is the way you're going to get. Okay. See, now we can clearly make out. Okay, yes. This is your proper case, uppercase, and lowercase. The same way we can do the rest. I'll repeat it again if you want. The first one, please look at the screen, equals to proper. So proper is your sentence case. Next, uppercase, where all your letters appear in the capital way. So here it's already in the uppercase as I've told you. Yes, and this is the lowercase, including the first alphabet, everything will appear in small letters. Yes. So like this, you're going to complete the other cases as well. Please work on that.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, pa.
Can we change it in the same column? Like, if, for example, A column, can we change it? Because if sometime we have typed everything in a lower case and we want it in a proper case, can we change it in the same column?
Now, same column, how will you do, ma? See what happens? We have to give the cell referencing now. So how do you take the same column? Now, moment you select the proper function or upper function, we give the cell referencing note here. So what happens? Now, if I do it here itself, how will I give it? It will go off.
Okay, ma'am. Just
Cannot do that.
okay, ma'am.
No. It's a usual question which I've been receiving from a very long time, but can't be done because usually to apply any function in Excel, cell referencing plays a crucial role. So now, if I operate on the raw data only, then where will I get that cell referencing? So as a result, I cannot go like that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. It will come like this after you work out.
Ma'am,
Yes, pa.
ma'am, we can actually drag also, ma'am. Select and drag.
But to select and drag, you have to place the same thing everywhere. Copy paste it. Now
Yes,
same
yes.
thing. Because dragging, what happens? You should have your data here to drag, right? So what happens? You have to place these here, and you can drag it like that way. You can do. I'm just showing you individually. Dragging can be done if you place this data in these places.
Hmm.
Possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. We can just select the proper, for example, the one you've just done, J in financial services.
Huh.
The
Huh.
small box we can just select it and drag it down, no, ma'am.
That's what. Yeah. Now see. See. It'll come like this. You got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Now see here. Suppose if I take this. Okay. I'll just put it up here. The same thing. Now if I just drag, or I'll drag here in the uppercase, what can happen? It'll come like this. So like this way you can do it. It's possible. But if you go for the proper case, what happens? See, the same thing only happens. The first letter will appear in the capital, and the rest of them will appear in the small letters. Same thing goes for here. This can be done, but directly, applying on the cell, you cannot do it. See, it's possible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Shift tab.
So we're all done with this assignment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So next function we're going to go is the trim. Usually trimming, what we say, cut off the unwanted ones. So yes, so here also the same thing is what we're going to do. We are going to cut down the unwanted spaces. Actually, when this trim function is used is, let's say we are importing data from the other source, let's say from a website or from a PDF file. So that time we'll have the spacing issues actually. Almost all of us would have experienced that. One word is posted in the first place, second word is posted after a huge space, gap. So what happens? So to cut down that unwanted space is where we use this trim function. So this trim function cuts down the unwanted spaces between the words. Okay, so I'll just show you one small example. Now this case anyways we have, let me come at the bottom here. Now let's say here I'm just typing as Microsoft. Okay, I have a huge spacing in between and Excel. Okay, well this is spacing issue I'm having. So what do I do is equals to trim. I select the cell, that's it, and shift key, close the brackets. So that unwanted space is trimmed off. See, if you can just observe, this is how the word was looking and this is how it is looking after applying the trim function. Okay, so this is the transformation what you experience on using the trim function. Same thing is for here. Okay, so here of course I'm not given much space. You can just put up the spaces here. So I'm just showing you. Of course, spaces have been put up in between. Uneven spacing is there. So now you can, for the same thing, you can exhibit the trim function. See, like this you're going to get. So the spacing is even now and it's proper. So like that, you can go for it. Now this is also the same thing. So here, suppose if you go like this, see, can you observe? So that uneven spacing can be avoided, or you can do it, uh, you know, data wise as well. No issues there. Anyhow, you can work on that. So individually also you can do. But yeah, one more thing, let me be very clear. Your fill handle cannot be used in every place. It's a reminder for you. Fill handle series cannot be used in every place. At every, I mean, in respect of every data, you cannot use this auto completion of fill handle series. It'll be wrong. Where we have to have, where we apply some unique functions. At that point of time, we cannot use this fill handle series. In other ways, you can do it. No issues. So like this, you get the proper spacing done. So you can just finish off the trim function. Yes. Have all of you completed the trim function?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah. So next is the concatenate, a very interesting one. Concatenate, one second. Yes, concatenate. Okay. So what is this concatenate function? Now here you see the list of names, right? The first name we have, the last name we have. Okay. So here, after you apply the concatenate function, how the final text is going to appear? Okay, and here I've given two things: without space, using space. Okay, let me explain you this concept first. See, okay, let me explain you with a small example that you can, use your exercise to complete it. Right. So now here I'm having Microsoft Excel in two different cells. Okay, so let me bring down this. Yes. Okay, so I'm having the data in two different cells, just like this, the first name and the last name. Now, applying this concatenate function, how do I get the result? Equals to concatenate, C-O-N. So you get here, concatenate, select the data in cell 1, okay, put a comma, select the data in cell 2, shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So this is how you're going to get the final result. Now, what is that you're seeing here? Now applying the applied the concatenate function, I've got the result as such. So this is without using the space, without space. So like there is no spacing between Microsoft and Excel. Okay. Now, if these words have to appear in a better way with sufficient spacing, then how do I apply this concatenate function? Okay, this is without spacing I've shown you. Okay, and this is with spacing. I'll repeat it again. Equals to concatenate. I'll select the cell 1, comma. Okay, then what do I do is using the shift key, open quotes. Now, how much spacing I want? Single spacing, double spacing, at our choice. So let me give a single spacing here. Then again using the shift key, close quotes, comma, and now you're going to select cell 2 and shift key, close the brackets and press enter. Now can you make out the difference between the first and the second one? Now see, this was without using space, this is with using space. Okay, and now I'll repeat both, so kindly observe. Okay, right, so here this is without using space, equals to concatenate, select the data in cell 1, comma, and then in cell 2. So there's no spacing here. I just select the cells and or close brackets. This is how it is going to appear. Equals to concatenate. This is with spacing. Select the data in cell 1, comma. Now open quotes. Whether you give a single spacing 1, double spacing 2, at your choice. Then close quotes, comma again, and then your data in cell 2. Then shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So this is without space, this is with space. So like this, what you can do is I'll give you a nice option. Now given as concatenated text here, right? So do it with space and without space. So this you can do it with space. You can also do it without space. See, what you can do is, this is, so you can here, I'll just, WS you can just add on here with space. So you can have the exposure of both. Sorry, without space, WS. Okay, and here, now in this column, what you can do is you can go for with space. Okay, this is without space, this is with space. With space, you can just put it as US. Yes. So here you can just give it as US, that is WS using space. So here is what, I'll just remove this. So in both the ways, you can go for it. Okay. So you can just do it here without space. This is using space. So start working on the case of concatenate. I hope it's clear. If you want me to
Excuse
repeat
me,
it,
ma'am.
yes, ma.
Ma'am, can you just show me again how it is with space using the concatenate?
Yes, yes, sure. See, I'll just do the first case here. Now the first name is Alan and the last name is Jones, right? So if it is without space equals to concatenate, I select the first name, Alan, comma, then Jones, the last name. Shift key, close the brackets, and I press enter. So I get the name without any spacing in between. Okay. Now if I'm using the space, then what will be the difference? Concatenate again. First name, comma. Now shift key, I'll open the quotes because after you have that spacing here. Suppose if I want a double space, I'll use the space bar twice. If I want a single spacing, I'll use the space bar once. I'll repeat again. If I want a single spacing, I'll use the space bar once. If I want a double spacing, I'll use it twice. That's all. So the option is ours. Then close quotes. Again, put a comma. Now select the last name, that is Jones. And then shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So with double spacing, you get the name done. So
Thank you,
this
ma'am.
was, yeah, welcome. This is without space, that is using space. So like this, you can complete the exercise. This I'll put in a different color. Yes. Yes, Pa, you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So all of you are able to get it right? No issues in concatenate function?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next we go for is your VLOOKUP, the lookup functions. In your lookup, we have two types. We have only lookup, we have VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Only lookup, we will do it in the next class. Now we will do the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. So V stands for vertical lookup, while H stands for the horizontal lookup. Okay, so that's your next sheet. So open your VLOOKUP sheet. Okay, so here we have a data. Fine. Now, this is a case scenario where we have got few IDs, employee IDs, and these employee IDs belong to whom? Their names and what is their age. This is what you're going to find out here. Okay, see. These are the list of the IDs, and whose ID is this? Their name and what is their age. So, giving the reference to the rows and the column, okay, with the correct identification, you're going to determine the result under VLOOKUP function. Okay. Now, this is the complete database, what you have got below here, employees database from. So, we have totally the list of 12 employees, their IDs, their respective names, gender, and the age. Okay. So this data is very clear for you. Now we have got the raw data here. So with the support of this raw data, we have to compute the result for the same. Okay. So now before going to this, what do you say, a big data or an enormous one, in a very simple way, I'll show you how this VLOOKUP appears. And to be open, this VLOOKUP plays a crucial role in your Excel actually. Okay, let me go to a new sheet and I'll show you how this works actually. Now, see, I have two columns here, A and B. In A column, let me put the names and let me put the, let's say, marks. So, names, let's say Arun, Mala, Rajesh, Vinod. Okay, and marks 89. Okay, like this I've put. So I've got a small data here, okay, where we have the marks as the names of the students and then marks obtained. Now here, out of these names, okay, randomly I'll put one name outside this table. Let's say I'll put the name of Mala. Okay. Now, how do I apply this VLOOKUP function? Equals to VLOOKUP. Please observe it carefully. Equals to VLOOKUP. First, you're going to select the lookup value, that is Mala, which I've put up outside the table, comma. Now, you're going to select this entire table. And in case if serial numbers are being given, please ignore those serial numbers. Don't consider the column containing the serial numbers. So, select the entire table here, comma. Next. Okay, now I want the marks obtained by Mala. Okay, so now names appear in the first column, marks appear in the second column. So it has to be 2. 2 means second column, 1 first column, 3 third column, like that, comma. Now in Excel, if you want a true result, okay, in the sense exact result, you have to type false. If you want an approximate result, you have to type true. So it is the opposite in Excel. I'll repeat again. If you want the exact match, then you have to type false. If you want a more or less an approximate result, you have to go for true. So what I'll do is I'll go for false. Shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So the marks obtained by Mala is 78. So you can just have a glimpse of it, right? Now see, now the magic happens in your lookup functions. Now I will change the name from Mala to Arun. What happens? This is the way your VLOOKUP works. Again, change the name from Arun to Vinod. So now we can come to know what role the VLOOKUP function plays actually. It plays a crucial role actually. A very important role even for your student database, I need not keep on adding the names and changing the marks. I can just change the name. I can get to know what marks has been secured by that particular student. Okay, so this is how your VLOOKUP works actually. So see, I've given up the entire setup. So what you can do is, before putting off that table, I mean working on that employee database, you can just work on this table, and then I will show you how to work on that. So you can just work on this. I can just leave it, because working on that we'll take care later. You can just work on this now, applying the VLOOKUP function. In case if it's not clear, if you want me to repeat it, I'll repeat it again.
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat?
Sure, I'll repeat it. So first what you're going to do is you're going to select the database now. You're going to prepare the database. See, this database you're going to prepare now, names and the marks. You can also take anything. You can take the names of vegetables, price per kg, names of fruits, price per kg, anything for that matter. Okay, or the list of ice creams and their price. So it's left to you, your data. I've just given a simple data here. Now, after you prepare this database, one of the names you're going to put it outside the database. Now I'll put it as Rajesh. Okay. Now I want to know what is the marks obtained by Rajesh. Okay, and what do I do is I will apply the VLOOKUP function. And not only Rajesh, I want to know the marks obtained by the other students as well. But now basically it is Rajesh. So equals to VLOOKUP, double click on the VLOOKUP function. First select the lookup value, which is Rajesh here. Put a comma. Now select the entire table. Comma. Now the marks are put up in which column? Now names is the first column. Marks becomes the second column. In case something else I've put here, again that becomes the third column. So you're going to count the columns here. So marks are appearing in the second column. So it will be 2, comma. And in Excel, we want the exact result. So we're going to type as false. Shift key, close the brackets and press enter. So you'll get the marks of Rajesh. Now, I've seen the marks of Rajesh. I want to know the marks of Arun. I'll type Arun and press enter. I get the marks automatically done. Hope it's clear. You can just work out this table. So in your next class, we'll work out on that employee database. Please practice once now, so that will be ready for tomorrow's class for V and H lookup.
Ma'am, can you repeat the true and false again?
True and false. Yeah, here what you're going to do is now. Okay, I'll repeat the entire VLOOKUP function for you. Equals to VLOOKUP. Select the name here, which is nothing but your lookup value, comma. Select the entire table, comma. Now your marks appear in the second column. So type as 2, then place a comma. And now see, if you can observe here only in the dialog box, true is the approximate match and false is the exact match. Usually we consider false to get the exact match. Also we get the a perfect result when you go for false. So false will give you the correct result. This is how you're going to complete your VLOOKUP function. Hope it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So have all of you worked on this VLOOKUP function? I hope you have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Super. So what we can do is in tomorrow's class, we can just work out on that actual database. If you want, you can make a try. If you're free enough on that VLOOKUP what I've given you. Otherwise, anyways, I'll be working in your next class along with HLOOKUP and only lookup functions. Okay. So I'll bring an end to your class. Thank you all. We'll meet up in the next class. Okay, that is tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Until
Thank
then,
you,
keep
Thank
up
ma'am.
you,
your
ma'am.
in
Thank you,
most
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.